everyone, welcome back to the second edition of our QE catch-ups. Today I'm joined by Connor, who is a new employee at the Money Matrix, so I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi everyone at the Money Matrix, my name's Connor, as Jade kindly introduced, but recently started here at the Money Matrix team last month, so sort of getting used to everything, learning the ropes a little bit. Really grateful for the opportunity that I've got here to start, and I've loved getting to know the team so far. A little bit about myself. Moved down from Brisbane to Adelaide at the end of 2021, so me and my lovely partner have been here for 2 years now. Basically while I'm here I'm playing a bit of footy in the SANFL, so I play for Woodville West Torrens in my personal life, but with work I'm studying to be a financial advisor, and my role here at the Money Matrix is a client services officer. So hopefully the idea is that I work in that space while I'm doing my professional year, finish all my study, and then in the year 2025 I sort of take the next step into being a qualified financial advisor. So really enthusiastic about the work, and hope that I cross paths with a lot of yourselves, the clients, and just excited for the next chapter of my life really. So
perfect. He's managed to survive his first 4 weeks here, so that's always a good sign, and 2 days out on the road with David. So I think we're on track with a good one here. I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions, and we'll see how we go. So the first question is, what's the most unexpected skill you picked up from your AFL days that you think will make you a financial planning superstar?
Great question. I think one of the skills I feel like is really beneficial in the financial planning space is, I guess, when you are playing in the AFL or whatever, you sort of get thrown into a lot of circumstances where you have to create relationships and bonds with people relatively quickly. Often you're sort of doing sort of marketing days, or you go to sort of corporate events where you're meeting a lot of people you haven't had the opportunity to yet, and being able to have conversations and find common interests is probably one thing that I feel like I sort of not necessarily thrive at, but something that you sort of learn along that journey. And I feel like that's probably something that will help me along the way and build rapport with our clients and a lot of the people we cross paths with. So that's
absolutely.
Probably,
I think that a lot of people, when they think about like professional athletes, they don't think about that side of it. They think about just the actual game side of it. So it's always good to hear about those bits and pieces. A great question here from Eileen. Obviously, coffee is a big thing in this office. Is the coffee in Brisbane or Adelaide better, and why?
I'm going to have to say Adelaide. I feel like the restaurant scene in Adelaide is a lot more diverse, and I guess it's, for some reason, people are a lot more enthusiastic down here. And the weather in Brisbane is always hot. So a lot of the time you don't really feel like a hot coffee when it's 30 degrees and you're sweating. So at least in winter you enjoy a nice coffee. But I like my coffee like a latte or a cappuccino, unlike David, who seems to only drink long blacks.
And like 25 of them a day.
And 10 of them a day. Which...
David doesn't care what the coffee tastes like. As long as it's a coffee, he'll go for it. So you've recently just come back from a holiday in Bali, which was $4. What is the craziest G-rated story that you can share with us?
Yeah, I've got a few G-rated ones, of course. Probably that Gojek is like Bali's Uber in a way, and we met this bloke named Chris along the journey, and effectively he was inducted into the group. So for the better part of 3 days, Chris was with us every day doing everything. So we pretty much inducted someone from Bali into the group that had never met him before, but he was an absolute legend, and he was out having beers with us basically every night and driving us around when we needed him. So that was pretty cool.
I love that.
Got his Instagram and everything. So.
Stay in touch, that's awesome. Next question is, what's the most imaginative way you could integrate an AFL ball into our office decor? Now, I actually have one under my desk, so we could do this. So what would your idea be?
Cool.
Maybe something crazy.
Something crazy. I'd like to make every door handle in the office a little footy ball. So when you open the doors, you're just grabbing the footy ball.
I like that.
And any of our clients will come in and think it's a bit weird, but I think it'd be pretty
Yeah,
fun.
I like that. Eileen, you know what you got to do now?
Absolutely.
So if your time in Bali were a financial forecast, what would it look like? Sunny days ahead or a chance of rain? I feel like maybe on the return there was a chance of rain, the recovery.
I feel like while I was there for the first 3 days it was sunny, and then the last day and on the flight it was hailing. And the days after we got back it wasn't pretty. There's a few of us who took a few days to recover, but luckily we're on the mend and back to reality. Yeah, to sort of leave the chaos behind and come back.
Yeah. What is one financial planning tip you'd give to your fellow 24-year-olds that you wish someone had told you before you started studying?
I think when you're young, sometimes you don't necessarily prioritise your financial situation. I think it's more about just being educated, or at least taking an interest in it for the most part. It's just the small steps that you take when you're younger that make a big difference when you look at just some of the smaller decisions you can make, even if it's just taking a general interest, spending half an hour to an hour reading up on some of the financial decisions you can make when you're younger that lead to a lot of, growth down the line. Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing for me. I guess it doesn't really get spoken about a lot when you're younger. It's sort of, you've got all these bills and you're trying to save and those sort of things, but I guess in my personal experience, it's just trying to educate yourself and seek support when you need it.
Absolutely. I think when you're in an environment that you're not really surrounded by it, it's hard to learn about it. It's not something that is spoken about in day-to-day life, and a lot of people don't really know or talk about those things until they actually hit the hurdles, when if they'd known that a year or so previously, they'd be much better off. So yeah, that's a very great point there. What happens if Bali stays in Bali?
I think
on a scale from just missed the bus to won the lottery, how lucky do you feel to be living in Adelaide? What do you enjoy about the lifestyle?
Honestly, I feel like I've won the lottery. I feel like potentially Adelaide gets a bit of a bad rap from the other states, and it's completely unwarranted now that I live here. The weather's amazing, a lot of the people are fantastic. It's really easy to live in Adelaide. Hence, I guess, I sort of moved down originally, not sort of knowing how long I was going to be in Adelaide, but now sort of 18 months, almost 2 years into our move, and honestly feel myself like I'm here long term, so absolutely love it, and yeah, couldn't recommend living in Adelaide any higher.
Yeah, that's awesome, and always good to hear from a young person as well.
Yeah.
And last question, if a genie granted you the power to instantly gain one financial skill, what would you choose and why?
Probably to be able to predict the markets.
Yeah,
I feel like that'd be a nice skill to have, to see what happens in the future. So yeah, I'd say that's it.
Yeah, I hope a genie comes across you then.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thank you everyone for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Speak to you soon.
Take care.